Also, in addition to holding each other accountable, schools really do need to step up and they need to educate kids on what certain things are. Parents as well need to be, they can't just be buying fast food and just eating out every night. They need to know how to cook themselves, and they need to teach that to their children as well. Jamie Oliver showed a clip where he had gone into a local elementary school and showed several vegetables to the kids, asking them what they were. They identified tomatoes as potatoes, cauliflower as broccoli, beets as celery or an onion, and eggplants as a pear. And some of them didn't even know what the beets were at all, didn't know what an eggplant was. They just don't know what these foods are, and they're basic everyday foods that you could just see at the grocery store all the time, but they're not going there. They're not being taught how to grocery shop, how to pick fresh food. They're just being told how to buy bottled sodas and chips in a bag. I mean, all these families are influencing their kids, and the schools aren't helping by serving food that isn't that great due to the government just trying to, and accountants trying to keep their costs low and just putting on the plate whatever they can get away with, such as pizza for breakfast or French fries as a potato. I know we had ketchup considered a vegetable because of the tomatoes in it, and the pizza as well. And I personally didn't approve of that at all. I didn't like what I had to put in my body because that's what was there and that's what was available to me. I think there's a congruence with the people, as they want to be the best that they can and they don't want to harm anyone, especially their families. They don't want to see their families or friends being affected in a negative manner. I think also that they really don't want to see each other harmed, and that was demonstrated by a pastor who actually had to keep burying his family and his friends because they were so obese they were killing themselves. He had to bury his own community because they didn't know how to take care of themselves. And in addition to that, how the kids were not able to identify it, all it took was 2 1-hour sessions to correct it. They instantly knew what was what. If we can do that for them, I mean, just 2 times, that's it, 1 hour, just once a year even, going into the schools and teaching kids, educating them, it would make a huge difference. And it's easy. There are so many volunteers who want to do it. I don't see why we can't. I think people want that they don't want to see anyone fail in life. They want to see them succeed. And there's a lot of simple ways that he pointed out that can be done. I think most Americans would agree with him, and that they want to change things. They want to see change in a positive manner. They don't want to see the country go into decline. They don't want America to be the most obese country in the world. What he pointed out was that schools were invented to arm us with tools to make us creative and successful, and that has not been the case within the past few decades, as people have not been educating each other on food and have not educated each other on how to properly cook and how to survive. 31 million kids have school meals once or twice a day, 180 days a year. It's just astronomical how that much food is going into their systems, and a lot of it's mostly toxic. There's sugars being added to the milk. It's just not healthy food, and I think Americans, parents especially, have raised a lot of complaints, and they're really starting to agree that change needs to happen. And they don't have time to prepare a brown paper bag every day. I think they want to see schools and the government, especially with what Michelle Obama has done with her incentives through the last 4 years, that they are encouraging vending machines to be taken out and putting in even more water fountains, just giving them healthier options and more fruits and vegetables. Something I really think that all Americans agree with would be his parting statement. He said that, "I wish for everyone to help create a strong, sustainable movement to educate every child about food, inspire families to cook again, and empower people everywhere to fight obesity." I think it would better themselves, their friends, their families, everyone that they associated themselves with, if they could all try to start at the bottom ground and at the roots of where everyone comes from and educate these children on how to fight obesity, how to be better people, and that in turn will influence everyone else. It'll influence how they cook, how they eat, how they shop for their food. It'll influence how they interact with each other. Obesity, there won't be as much bullying. They won't have something to tease about if we aren't obese, if we are eating properly, and if we are all nutritionally sound. I really enjoyed these watching these TED Talks, and I watched a lot more of them on Netflix. It's really interesting to see how food can affect people and our culture and society. And it's just incredible how many different aspects of food that take on a role in our lives that we don't even think about. We don't think about obesity anymore. It's just there. We don't think about world hunger. It's something for the UN to deal with. It's something that we can't really control. But if we really take a look at it, it's completely affecting us every day, and it's something that we do need to get involved with. Thank you.